So obviously we've all seen the picture, we've all seen the coverage of the picture. Did you make a mistake by taking a photo maskless in the classroom when it appears that everyone else, including all the children, were wearing them?
Yes, I will say this. I went to read to kids for an African American read-in day. I approached the podium with my mask on. I followed the protocols. I told the kids I'm taking my mask off because I'm reading to kids who are listening remotely as well. And we were socially distanced. The kids were socially distanced from me. I told them that's what I was doing. And in the excitement after I finished, because it was so much fun working with those kids, I took a picture, and that was a mistake. Protocols matter, and protecting our kids is the most important thing, and anything that can be perceived as undermining that is a mistake, and I apologize.
So let me ask you though, because at the heart of this, I understand. So you're apologizing for making a mistake, but at the heart of this is why we're in this situation right now to begin with, right? Some people still believe in mask mandates. Others feel that it is long past the time, especially when adults are often no longer wearing mask mandates and mandates have been lifted. Yesterday, 4 Democratic governors set specific timelines to lift mask mandates in schools in the next few weeks. The New Jersey governor, just a few moments ago, Wire Cross, saying he said he's received, quote, overwhelmingly positive reaction to his decision. So do you think it's time to lift these mask requirements in schools? Would you lift them if you were governor of Georgia?
COVID hygiene is going to be a point of debate for a very long time, and we can only follow the science and follow our circumstances. Unfortunately, in Georgia, we're not at a place where that conversation is ready because we have one of the lowest vaccination rates in the country. We have 40% of our counties without general pediatricians, and we've refused to expand Medicaid, so many families don't have access to health care. I believe that our job is to protect children. And I know that educators and parents have to balance protection and education, and that is a complicated issue. I think each governor has to evaluate what's happening where they are. We have to look to the CDC, but we also have to recognize that we are shifting from pandemic to endemic. Some states are going to get there faster than others. My responsibility, if I am lucky enough to be the next governor of Georgia, is to look at the science, to follow the protocols, and to set the right example. And right now, that example is that we wear masks whenever possible, but we recognize that we can't be a hard line about this because situations change and we have different moments where we have to make decisions. But in this instance, I would say that as governor of Georgia, my job will be at that time to look at the science, to look at the situation, and to make the best decision to protect our kids.
All of which I understand. At the heart of this, and I'm a parent, my kids are wearing masks in schools. They say they don't mind. But one thing you said stood out to me, and that is because you were reading. You wanted them to see you read. You wanted them to see your expression. And that is part of the reason people feel the way they feel. Exactly, your natural instinct, which is, well, I was reading to them, I wanted to be able to share that. Does it concern you that these mask mandates are preventing their teachers from doing that same thing?
Our teachers are being asked to teach in small classroom sizes. They're teaching in overcrowded classrooms with limited resources, and not every classroom has the ability to have well-ventilated classrooms. They don't have the ability to make sure every child is protected. And so, yes, mandates make sense when you're trying to ask a teacher to protect an entire classroom. That does make sense to me. I live with my parents who are immunocompromised and my niece who is 15 and goes to school every day wearing a mask. My responsibility in that moment was to explain to those kids why I was doing something they weren't doing, and then as soon as possible to put that mask back on. I took the mask off because I was speaking remotely to 2 other classrooms and wanted all of them to hear me. But the larger point I want everyone to take from this is complicated, and we cannot make this about politics or scoring political points. This has to be about how do we protect our families, how do we navigate what's going to be a part of our community for quite some time. And as we shift from pandemic to endemic, we've got to be able to have these conversations in a civil and thoughtful manner and not use it as a volley to score points.
I want to ask you another question here on something I know that is obviously a major important cause for you and passion. The Supreme Court's conservative majority just upheld Alabama's new congressional map. That map, a lower court had found, diminished the voting power of the state's black voters. The Supreme Court says it's going to hear arguments over the map, so that puts a key provision of the Voting Rights Act on the table. How concerned are you by that?
I'm very concerned, and I think it's worth noting that Chief Justice Roberts, who was the architect of gutting the Voting Rights Act in Section 5 in 2013, sided with the minority, saying that this is indeed a clear example of the erosion of voting rights. And when John Roberts says that you're doing something wrong on voting rights, we need to pay attention. Sadly, what's happening in Alabama is happening across this country. We are seeing an attack on minority voting rights, and we're seeing Republicans operate with impunity, believing that they do have a majority that will allow them to crush and quash the ability of communities of color to elect representatives who reflect their values and to select and elect people who reflect their communities.